A long time ago, somewhere very, very far away, a star exploded and sent its particles all across the universe. And over the course of thousands or millions or maybe billions of years, those particles all made their way to a particular solar system in a small corner of the Milky Way and collected near a planet that would be called Earth. And over the course of literal countless days and nights, the particles came together, spread apart, collected, recollected, broke down, rebuilt, and created countless things that would contribute to the progress of the world, the planet that is our home. And throughout the ages, again and again, there's creation, destruction, and an endless cycle that eventually created two people in a world full of billions that would somehow, against all odds and in the favor of luck alone, they would meet and together at some point through love or passion or some other means, they created you. And the odds of you existing throughout these billions of years is so astronomically high that there will never ever be another person exactly like you. Take on top of that every single event, every single moment and second that's led into the creation of who you are as a person today. Every single traumatic event, every nightmare, every dream, every lucky break, every penny found on the ground, they've all led to exactly who you are right now. And the most heartbreaking thing in the universe is finding someone who thinks they are unimportant, who asks the question, why do I matter? Without thinking about the prospect of how their choices, how their actions, every single step will continue to affect the universe as a whole for an endless amount of time ahead. The people, the events, and the things that you create through every single action. People that will be born that would not have if you had decided to go to the donut shop instead of the park, or vice versa. An incalculable number of odds and statistics that are all determined by the things you never think about. This endless chain of events that will create dictators and benevolent leaders, all based on tiny things you've done. And that's why the dumbest question that you can ask is, do I matter? Of course you matter. You matter in ways you can never perceive, but it's a little difficult to be inspired to do great things based on that thought, based on the thought that no matter what you do, it'll determine things for millennia to come. And so the best way to kind of get through your day, I think, in a positive light is still thinking about this cycle of destruction and recreation, and remember that everything is temporary. It's nothing, all of your problems, all of your issues, no matter how big or how small, are always temporary. They will end. They will create new problems. They will create new opportunities. It's important to continue to move and continue to add to this cycle in the best possible way. So that, because like I said, what you do will change things regardless. So I think the best way to live life is, first off, not trying too hard to influence the way things happen, because they will happen. No matter what, things will happen. But I believe the best you can do is to try to make those things that happen become positive things that change the world in a positive light and make things a little bit easier on everyone else living the same life that you're living within the same cycle that we've all been in for ever. And my message this week, a little dramatic, a little short, and to the point. You do matter. It's important to keep moving forward and to keep adding to the cycle of life in the best ways that we can. And stop trying so hard to make things what you want them. Things will fall into place when you kind of let the cycle start to take over. Don't let yourself fall apart. Don't let things go poorly, but stop trying so hard to make them in your own image. The universe does whatever it wants. It doesn't always make sense. It doesn't play by anyone's rules. It doesn't go out to hurt or help anyone. So stop trying to pretend that it does. Stop trying to pretend like that's the important part of life. And it's short, the life we're living. It is astonishingly short when, as I said, everything we do, everything we are is made up of particles created billions of years ago, over 14 billion years ago, to the best of our knowledge, I believe. But just do what you can. Live a good life. Be happy. And stop getting hung up on temporary things. Everything's as good as you make it. Everything's as good as you want to believe it is. If you see things as bad, they will be bad. If you see things as good, they will typically be good, and you'll be happy. That's how I found happiness, is by letting the good things come to me more often than fighting to keep what I think is good in my life at that time. I don't know if any of this made sense to you, if any of it hit home. It's just what's on my mind this morning with events that are going on in our local area and the area as a whole, and in my life personally. And yeah, sorry if it's a bit dramatic. I apologize. Like I said, it's just what I'm feeling today. Thank you for watching this. Maybe it helped out in some small way. And I'll talk to you next week.